Hi, and welcome to another episode of For the Love of Yoga. My name is Anika. Today we will be exploring ways of working with visualization and grounding and intention setting. Now, if this sounds kind of out there, don't worry. It is actually as simple as imagining something or connecting with an idea. One way this practice can be used is in pregnancy and hypnobirthing classes to encourage mothers to focus on a calm and happy birth. Equally, visualization has been practiced in training athletes and martial artists by working with a combination of drilling techniques and imagining that same movement with incredible results, speeding up, for example, reaction times. But there are many other ways we can influence our whole body by working with our minds. Crystals can also be used to direct our attention and bring about a feeling of well-being. Holding stones while meditating, or relaxing, or placing them around the room, or yoga mat while practicing postures. I am very pleased to have Bunmi with me, who is the founder of Crystal and Rox, a company combining yoga clothes and crystals. Bunmi will be speaking to us about crystals and their many uses. Bunmi, welcome.
Thank you.
So, for you, there was a bit of a personal journey involved in terms of finding crystals and yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. This is going back a few years ago, 2008, and I was going through quite a bit of crisis in my life, a lot of life-changing stuff going on, and I didn't feel I was able to cope very well, so I wasn't eating very well, my self-esteem had gone down, my confidence was low, and I wasn't coping very well with just day-to-day life, and I knew I needed to find a way of being able to cope with that. No matter what the external circumstances were, I had to find a way to cope. And by chance, a friend of mine introduced me to a crystal healer who I went to see her for several sessions, and you know, they had amazing effects for me. I'm a scientist by profession, and I was very skeptical at first, but after that I was completely convinced, and that's how I got into crystals.
Excellent. So you've actually brought quite a few crystals with you today.
Yeah.
Could you maybe talk us through what we've got here?
These are my favourite crystals, by the way, and amethyst is definitely my go-to stone. It really imbues a lot of calm and focus and concentration. It is called the tranquilizer stone, so if you are feeling quite stressed, then a smaller version of this to carry around with you is perfect, just to keep you really centred. Then we're going on to jasper, another lovely one, and I call this the carbohydrate stone because it's a slow energy release, and it provides a really good life force energy for you. So you hold that for 10 to 15 minutes, or you know, pop it on your tummy. That really helps to kind of make you feel more energised, sort of long term. Then we're going on to carnelian. This is the energy booster, perfect crystal for an instant vitality. And this is great for busy mums like myself who are out running after the kids all day long. This is great to have in your pocket as well, so it's a brilliant one to kind of boost you instantly.
I actually recognise this one, I think. Rose quartz?
The rose quartz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful stone. This is a stone for self-love, unconditional love of oneself and others. This is the stone, the energetic hug stone, I call it, and it just wraps this beautiful, soft, warm, loving energy around you, especially when you've had a hard day, or you know, you're not feeling very good about yourself or other people. This is great, and it's also wonderful for attracting romance.
Well, thank you for placing it in front of me.
Thank you. And then we're on to the blue lace agate, which is lovely. That's the communicator stone. And if you're going through a stressful time and you really want to communicate and state your case, speak your truth, then blue lace agate is a fantastic stone to work with. Then we're going on to orange calcite, and it's a very soapy feeling stone. It's a very yummy stone. And again, a smaller version of that to carry around with you. Just gives you that warm glow. It's like the Ready Rec advert where you get this inner glow, and that makes you feel really warm and cosy. So definitely a good one for that, for confidence and your self-esteem and feeling really nice about yourself. So they're all balancing stones in one way or another.
And a real range of different stones, of different balancing for different times of day, for different times of your life.
Yes, yeah. And again, it's all intuitive, so you pick the stone that you feel drawn to. As you said, with crystals, it does sort of work really on the mind and on balance, and that's what they're all here to achieve, to work with us to create balance. So for instance, you know, you're suffering from depression, or I wouldn't say clinical depression as such, but you're feeling low. You know, this is again a balance just to make you feel more, you know, calm in yourself. So these are all about bringing balance back in to your life. So if you're feeling a bit insecure or unsafe in the world around you, that's what the red jasper's for. If you're very self-critical or feeling, you know, there's problems in relationships, rose quartz is very good. Carnelian, again, if you're running low, people who have chronic fatigue, for instance, you know, carnelian's also a good, you know, stone to hold.
Excellent. And what about actually using stones during a yoga practice?
I found I was drawn, after I actually started to work with the stones, I was drawn to yoga. For some reason I was drawn to it, and for some reason I was also drawn to take the stones with me, so in the smaller versions, and put them around my mat, or sometimes to stick them down my bra. And I found, and I just felt a lot more focused as well. I felt the energies were working with me as I was working during my yoga practice, and I just felt that it was enhanced. So, you know, my yoga session was enhanced, and I felt more grounded as well in the here and now. And, you know, my head was always all over the place with what I was going through, and I just felt, you know, a sense of peace, a sense of groundedness, a sense of being in the here and now, and just practicing on me and working on me. So I just think crystals are really special for that, and I do highly recommend it. Yeah.
Excellent. So in yoga, we work quite a lot with grounding, finding grounding in postures, grounding ourselves. Also in meditation, it's quite a big focus point.
Huge.
So having these stones down the bra, maybe, or around us, doing a yoga practice could really increase that sense of grounding. Yeah, the energies are working with you and working with you for what you need as well. And also a sense of vitality.
A sense of vitality, a sense of fun. You know, life is about fun. You know, and these energy give you that balance to feel that joy. So that joy, for me, came back into my life when I started working with the crystals.
Just a good balance of...
Yeah.
Excellent. So these stones are obviously lovely.
Thank you.
But if I don't have any at home yet, or if the viewers are interested in picking a stone or buying a stone, how would I go about it? Is it as simple as just going to a shop? And
it's really simple. I think that there's no, you know, rhyme or reason. You just need to go in. It's very intuitive. Picking a crystal is very, very intuitive. So you walk into a shop, a crystal shop, and any crystal that jumps out at you, you look at it, you feel it. Sometimes it could be the shape, it could be the texture, you know, it could be the colour, and you pick the crystals according to how you feel. And what they normally say, and I do believe, is that crystals actually choose you. And you find probably when you go home, get yourself a lovely crystal Bible by Judy Hall. They've got all the crystal descriptions in there and the reasons, the healing benefits, the well-being benefits, etc. And you'll be surprised that you've probably picked the crystal that you needed.
The other thing that I heard about, which was kind of new to me, was about crystal grids.
Oh, I love crystal gridding. Crystal gridding is really the way to go. So we're talking about crystals based in patterns such as sacred geometry. So it's all based around sacred geometry, and you have a focus stone, a middle stone, then you have outer stones, the wayfinder stones, the pathfinder stones. Again, it's a very intuitive thing. You know, what does the client need? And basically I focus on what the client wants, what the intentions are. We do a lot of law of attraction as well to find out really what the person wants, because sometimes what the person wants at the beginning is not necessarily really what they want, so we kind of hone it down. And it's just to supercharge an intention. So, you know, size matters as well, so the bigger the crystals, the better. And usually we use crystals that are very similar in structure, crystalline structure, because it's like, you know, someone from the same country, they can all talk to each other quite nicely, and that's what that does. And it's basically sending off those energies to the universal energy, source energy.
It sounds really beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a work of art. It is a work of art. It's beautiful, and it's something that you pass by and you see it and it reminds you. But crystal grids actually work, and it's all about vibrations and morphic fields. It gets quite technical, but it's a fascinating subject to look into, and I've been very drawn to it.
Well, thank you. I think I've definitely learned a lot of new things about crystals. So thank you very much, Bunmi.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much, Anika.
I believe that you will be setting up some grids at the Brighton Yoga Festival.
I hope so, yeah.
In July.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to that.
The Brighton Yoga Festival will be on the 23rd of July at the Brighton Dome Corn Exchange. So look out for Bunmi's stall there and the crystal grids.
Thank you.
The following practice will focus on simple postures and work with finding grounding to create space for the breath. You're welcome to join in at home. So to start with, just making sure that you've got a comfortable stance, maybe lifting the toes up, placing them back down, relaxing your shoulders. This is a good way to start any practice to make sure you have some grounding, that you actually feel comfortable and you can create that focus on your breath. So slowing the breath down, maybe closing your eyes for a moment, and just noticing the inhalation and the exhalation. And becoming aware of the three parts of the breath, which is your inhale, your exhale, and the pauses that occur. So there's a pause of a second or two after the inhale, and a pause of a second or two after the exhale. I'm going to be actively working with this through the practice, starting off with some simple arm raises. Maybe watch me first. You're going to breathe in, raise the arms to shoulder level. Pause here for a moment. As you exhale, inhale, raising the arms up again. And as you breathe out, lower the arms to the front slowly. I'm going to go through this 3 more times, maybe closing your eyes again, breathing in halfway, breathe out. Focus on that support through the feet, grounding yourself. Inhale, raising all the way up. And as you exhale, lower the arms down. 2 more times. Breathing in. Breathe out. Inhaling again. And exhaling to the front. Last time. Great. Then you can stay in the same position, maintain that grounding through the feet. Going to work with a simple forward bend, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways of working with this. So one way is a little bit stronger. I'll show you this first. Maybe watch me first before you join in. You're going to breathe in again, raising the arms. Try and keep the arms in line with your ears as you exhale and fold forwards. Maintain that length through the back, all the way down, bending your knees so you can release the abdomen onto the thighs. Pause here, take a breath if you need to. And then inhaling, raising the arms to the front, push through the feet, push through your support to come all the way up. And exhale, lower the arms to the front. So if your back is feeling a little bit tight, if you feel that that was quite strong work, I can show you a different way. You're going to inhale, raise the arms, and as you exhale, sweep the arms onto the lower back, softening the knees again to close the body. Pause or take a breath, and as you inhale, come back up again, and as you exhale, lower the arms to the front. I'm going to go through this 2 more times. So either working a little bit more strongly, breathing out as you close the body, bend your knees quite a lot or just soften them a little bit, and then use the support through your feet to inhale, come up, and exhale, lower the arms down. One last time, I'll show you the softer version of this again. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Great. Take a moment here and maybe just watch me first as I come to lying down on the mat. So if you were to lie down now, it'd be quite hard to see what I'm doing next. So if you come to lying down comfortably in a moment, once you've had a look at what the next movement is going to be like, your feet are hip width apart, hands are next to you, and your heels are hands width away from your buttocks. In a moment, you're going to focus on, again, finding support through the feet. And as you inhale, push through that support, lifting the hips to wherever's comfortable for you. So it could just be a little bit of a lift, or maybe you can lift a little bit more here. Stay here as you breathe out. So we're going to stay for 4 breaths here. And if you've been watching this first, maybe you'd like to get yourself into position, lying down on your back, feet hip width apart, hands width away from your buttocks, and then gently pushing through the soles of the feet to lift the hips as you inhale. This posture is called 2-foot support. It's quite fitting. And then you're going to come down on the exhalation, lower the sacrum back down. Maybe stay here for a moment. When you're ready to come up, again, maybe just sit comfortably so you can watch me first, working with the next posture. What we're going to do is come to lying down on your front. Fingertips underneath the shoulders, elbows in, feet are together. Now take a moment here to find the support at the front of the hips this time. So you're grounding yourself through the front of the hips. And again, we work with movement. So on the inhalation, you're going to lift without pushing through the hands. So just lift to wherever the inhale will take you. Pause and exhale, slowly come back down. And continue going through this 3 more times. Inhalation, lift. Exhalation, slowly come back down. So no pushing through the hands, just focusing on the inhale carrying you into the posture. The exhale, you come back down. Going to work with this one more time, and this time you're going to stay. So inhalation, lifting up again without pushing through the hands. And as you exhale, stay here. Really focus on where your support is, the front of the hips. Taking another 3 or 4 breaths here. What you don't want to happen is to lift the head too much, compress the neck, so looking down. And equally, you don't want to be moving up and down, so you're maintaining the lift here with the sense of support through the hips. Slowly coming down. Just resting for a moment. You could turn your head to one side. Take a moment here. And maybe, again, come up to sitting and just watch what we're going to do next before coming to lying down. It's always quite difficult to see what's going on if you're lying down. So if you watch me first and then join in once you get a sense of what the movement is like. So we're going to come to lying on our backs again and place one hand on each knee. Really simple movement. You're just going to move the knees away as you breathe in and bring the knees in closer as you breathe out. You can even close your eyes here for a moment, really getting a sense of releasing the lower back, releasing the shoulders, connecting breath and movement. So going through this maybe another 2 or 3 times in your own time, releasing the lower back, softening, relaxing the shoulders. And then once you have finished, just stretch your legs out. Move your arms away from your body, palms facing up, closing your eyes for a moment, really feeling supported through the back of the body here as you return to natural breathing. Maybe noticing points of support through the heels, the sacrum, the shoulder blades, and the back of the head. And you're welcome to stay here for a little bit longer. Relax for a moment. Maybe even press pause on your TV if you'd like to stay in that relaxing posture for a little bit longer. And don't forget, 23rd of July, Brighton Yoga Festival at the Brighton Dome Corn Exchange. And I hope to see you next time for the love of yoga.